Are you here for dinner, Mama? It's a buffet.
Well, I'm not changed.
You just need to take off your hat.
You talk as if that were easy.
Downton Abbey has captivated audiences for years, but beyond the drama and elegance lies a treasure trove of bloopers and the behind-the-scenes moments that are just as entertaining. Today we're diving into some unforgettable bloopers that might just outshine the show itself, starting with the white van in Braveheart. Since we were just speaking of anachronisms, let us spare a moment to find the parallels between the bloopers in Downton and other popular films' blunders. There is the problematic white van in Braveheart. Every one of those errors has become the stuff film history is made of. Of course, Downton Abbey has its own share of bloopers, but the beauty of the show is that it acknowledges the flaws that come with the making of a period drama. With such a vast ensemble and detailed decor, it is hardly surprising that a few lucky accidents occurred. The gas canister in Gladiator. Now, if we consider one more classic, Gladiator has its very own cinema infamy attached to a gas can. Downton Abbey has no such gas cans, yet its delightful gaffes are heard just as loudly. Be it unconvincing line delivery or misplaced props, these moments help in making the experience more friendly for the fans. After all, who would refuse funny bits? The water bottle mystery. Next up is a blooper that made the producers quite embarrassed. In a season 5 promo still that featured Hugh Bonneville and Laura Carmichael, an eagle-eyed fan noticed a plastic water bottle lying on the mantelpiece behind the two actors. Since the plot of the show is based in the 1920s, this present-day blunder caused quite a stir on the internet. Some fans lightheartedly proposed that the Crawley clan must have come up with a water bottle to sustain their extravagant way of life. We can only imagine the banter surrounding that one. The television antenna. There are more historical inaccuracies in period dramas, but one glaring error can be pointed out without further explanations. This is the modern television aerial that appeared in Season 1 quite unexpectedly. While filming on set, there was a scene that was shot and fans were left as puzzled since it had a modern mast. To make matters worse, the story is set in 1912 and everything of that period is expected to be, a period. That brought up some confusion and conversation that brings one to wonder what the production designers were thinking then. Such a thing also reminds one that no matter how perfect a period film is made, there are always some jarring details. Something like that proves the thin line between the creative imagination and reality when it comes to telling a story. There is always no denying that audience members will be lost in the splendor of the era long gone only for such striking dissimilarities to bring them back to the present, reminding everyone that even the most exquisite productions have their shortcomings. This idiosyncrasies put forward the consideration of the viewers on the extent to which the filmmakers can recreate histories without foregoing a good storyline. In the end, it is praise invigorating the drama of history that requires cleanliness, yet at the same time suggests failure in fundamental demographics. Eggs with expiry dates. Shifting towards another error regarding the eating habits of the characters in Season 4, during one of the kitchen scenes, some of the viewers saw eggs that had been stamped with the phrase "best before." Considering that the action of the film is set in the early 1900s, this feature was a bit on the extreme in terms of modernity. Who would check Epicurean ingredients like the eggs at Downton for their best before dates? This small misstep only enhances the enjoyable aspects of the show, making it clear how difficult it is to attain perfection even for the Crawley family. At this point, we'd love to hear from you. What's your favorite blooper from Downton Abbey? Or do you have any other funny behind-the-scenes stories you'd like to share? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and let's keep this conversation going. Shirley MacLaine and Maggie Smith. Now, let us take a moment to appreciate the buzz on the ground, especially during moments when the legendary Shirley MacLaine and Maggie Smith are around. In an interview, Dan Stevens, who plays Matthew Crawley, said that those two women added so much life to the film. Being veterans in the trade, they were quite contagious in a good way to everyone. And picture the lovely pandemonium that happened after the shot was over as everyone else on the cast and crew rushed to hear the stories from yesteryears of Hollywood. There was much fun and play off the set, which helped them cinematically as well as socially. The making of this film was indeed worthwhile. Midge menace on set. When it comes to vibrant set experiences, it is impossible to ignore the Midge menace that comes with the filming in Scotland. For one of the scenes that involved a luncheon, the cast and the crew were made to wear nets to protect themselves from the little flies. Lily James, who was cast as Lady Rose, remembered how difficult it became to remain composed while the sound engineer had a net on his head. Or rather, moments like this remind us of the hostile unpredictability of shooting films, and especially shooting them in the outdoors. Indiana Jones's modern map. Backward into the mainstream movie bubble, let's consider historical inaccuracies and explore the other well-known blasted franchise Indiana Jones comes to mind, especially Raiders of the Lost Ark. The audience might remember the epic scene showing Indiana's airplane paths on a map. However, it appears that the filmmakers studied a map published in the 1980s. Such discrepancies include the fact that instead of being referred to as Siam, this map calls the country labeled B as Thailand, which did not come into existence until 1939. Furthermore, it depicts the country known as Jordan as Transjordan, when that term was not started until after the year 1949. One more case in point is that even praised films do have oops moments similar to the acclaimed Downton Abbey. The kitchen scene fiasco. Back again to culinary topics. Food stylist Lisa Heathcote recounted a few amusing incidents that happened while she was busy preparing sumptuous dishes for the show. One of these episodes took place in a turn-of-the-century bedroom set while she was preparing a banquet table around. Picture this, 3 big dogs that were running straight towards her. How about a dog running towards deliciously prepared food? No panic as always, the crew came in the procession, but these little stories are the ones that bring a grin to the face. A day off gone wrong. Then there's the story of actors Michael Fox and Sophie McShera, who played Andy and Daisy respectively. They decided to take a leisurely bike ride around the estate during their time off, only to discover that they had cycled into the background of another scene being filmed. The producer was not pleased. It's hilarious to think of them just enjoying their day while unwittingly becoming part of the footage. What do you think? Did they get a stern talking to, or did the crew laugh it off? Costume mishaps. Lastly, let's touch on the elaborate costumes of Downton Abbey. Did you know that the production team went to great lengths to create authentic outfits? However, some of the garments didn't quite hit the mark. Laura Carmichael, who played Edith, mentioned that while she was getting ready, her costume didn't quite fit, leading to some amusing adjustments before scenes. The combination of historical accuracy and on-set challenges made for some memorable moments. As we wrap up our look at these unforgettable bloopers, it's clear that Downton Abbey is not just about the drama and romance, it's also about the fun behind the scenes. From historical inaccuracies to lighthearted moments between cast members, these bloopers bring a unique charm to the series. We want to know what you think. Which blooper was your favorite? And are there any behind-the-scenes moments you'd love to hear more about? Don't forget to subscribe for more fun insights and leave your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for joining us today, and we can't wait to see you in the next video.